Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Schlieffen, a tier 10 German battleship. I'm on the map the Atlantic. It's a 3-point nomination game, tier 10 with a carrier and a sub obviously, cause how could it be any different? Now it's been 3 weeks since I've played World of Warships and I definitely took some brain damage firing up the game again. Wasn't the worst experience ever, but yeah, maybe I'll try again this month or not. I need to let that brain damage heal again. Anyway. So, there is a Kleber inside the sea camp, hiding behind this island. And it has some support coming in from the side, the Ruprecht, so I have to be careful. I'm kind of broadside towards them and I'm spotted, which also indicates that there's somebody else here. The Ruprechts aren't seeing me, right? And while the planes have spotted me earlier, they currently aren't either. So there must be another destroyer around or something. But for now, I'm just approaching this Kleber. Meanwhile, our team has taken control of A, that's good. Nobody really cares about B currently. But more importantly, the Kleber. I have Hydro going, so I know that torpedoes aren't racing towards me right now. I'm still gonna make a turn. Now, at this point, I could have probably kept going like straight ahead. This gap really narrows how the Kleber can launch torps, right? So it needed those torps to launch them early to intercept me when I came across. And it didn't have them ready. I think it had to turn around for that awkwardly. So the Kleber took a lot of damage for essentially no gain. But yeah, I made that approach as careful as I could with turning out, just in case it had torps a little bit earlier. Meanwhile, this Kleber seems to be on fire, and it also seems to... so, no, it won't survive. I just thought at 100 hit points the fire ran out and it went into concealment. And I mean, it did, but it was detected again and then sunk. I wasted my shots there, but, you know, you really don't want the Kleber to escape, so it was important to make sure. Now, meanwhile, the Ruprechts are now coming in, and they are actually very aggressively pushing in through the side. So I might want to stay behind this island here, right? I have a poison in front of me, which is, I think, sort of reversing. And I have the Ruprechts coming in from the side. So if I kept pushing straight ahead, I'd be in a very nasty crossfire. But on the other hand, if I remain behind this island, right, the Ruprechts can't do anything. This poison is trying to get away. So I can just farm this Johann, who has kind of allies, but not really. They've all just decided to sacrifice the Johann, I guess. Poor guy. Meanwhile, the Ruprechts are still pushing forward, but I have 2 friends here with torpedoes. The Ibuki, I'm not sure how much it's going to do here, but it also has torpedoes, and we have a battleship here as well. Overall, it's looking pretty decent, I guess. The enemy sub has also fallen. And oh, I got a citadel. How lovely. Now, it looks like the enemy sub has fallen here inside the A camp. Which is interesting because when we see the score screen in the end. But anyway. Meanwhile, there is Ruprecht. And it is sort of broadside. I gave a bit too much lead. Might be a bit rusty after not playing for 3 weeks. So unfortunately, not too much happened. Now, I could be citadeled here. The Ruprecht could have been citadeled here. So far, nothing happened. And this Ruprecht is gonna go down here to the secondaries. It's getting a salvo off though, and will it get... Well, I mean, it got a reasonable hit, I guess. But it could have been way worse for me. At this point, it doesn't matter that much. Because most of the enemy team is dead anyway. Now, there is a Shimmer rushing me. And... I've launched some torps here. Now, the Shimmer could have continued to come in. And then torp in an angle where I can't dodge. But Schlieffen secondaries are obviously rather scary. So it decided instead to towards the nose and then go away. Which, you know, hoping towards the nose is not that effective, right? Because of dodging. Especially with my Hydro. Now those were only 2 launches, right? Maybe the third is knocked out. Maybe it wasn't ready just yet. Held it in reserve. I don't know. If the Shima would have really committed to this YOLO, it would have probably gotten me. But instead, it's chickened out, turned away. I mean, I can understand that the Schlieffen is scary, but it really like... I didn't really think it could get away with that. And the enemy team is already so destroyed anyway. Might as well have gone for it. So I think if the Shima would have committed, it would have been... well, we would have taken each other out. But hey, I obviously prefer if I get a free Shima. So the enemy is down to 4 ships. And getting closer and closer to this poison. Now I need to turn around here because the poison has decided to go behind this island. Not really ideal for my turret traversing, but I do have torps ready on this side. Now I'm not sure what the poison is going to do. Maybe that's a bit of premature torping, right? I could have waited until it's just slightly closer. Because if it tries to ram, right, if you have the torps, then when it's like really close, you can obviously deny the ram. But then on the other hand, you know, it's basically dead anyway. And with it being dead, the game is over, which is a shame because I have a broadside carrier in front of me and no time to actually shoot it. So yeah, that's a pretty decisive win here. Shame, if it had gone a little bit longer, I could have gotten a Kraken and a carrier, I guess. But see, the enemy sub got 1 experience, right? But it looked like it was sunk inside the cap. So did it just go inside the cap and then how did it even... did it just like set a waypoint, go AFK? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's a sub, right? That's probably what you'd expect from a sub. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed watching this and I'll see you next time.